And I think that will help set the stage for the rest of what we're going to be talking about. So when I work with women around desire, really, actually, when I work with anyone around desire, but mostly women, it's so often intriguing to me that everybody thinks that I just talk about sex all the time. And I do talk about sex a lot of the time, probably more than most people would in polite conversation, right? At least polite professional conversation. And so little of the time when people come in to see me, do we actually start with sex. More often, we're starting with the places where people's individual signals around what they want, what they like, what feels good to them, have been overridden. And this is kind of where the whole concept of erotic intelligence comes in. So when I say erotic intelligence, if you've heard about the theory of multiple intelligences, I believe it was developed by Howard Gardner. And there's this idea that some people are verbally intelligent. Some people have math-based intelligence. Some people have relational intelligence or musical intelligence. And so Esther Perel, my, again, patron saint of all things relational philosophy and sex therapy, she coined this phrase, or at least used the phrase, of erotic intelligence to describe really our capacity for being connected to our own aliveness. And under that umbrella of aliveness, specifically, our capacity for imagination, curiosity, play, and desire, especially over time, and in particular in relationships with other people. Now, erotic intelligence, again, even though the word erotic is in there, it isn't just about sex. It's about holding a couple truths at once. There's the truth that part of us longs for safety and security, and there's part of us that longs for expansion and novelty. And when we're talking about erotic intelligence, what we're really talking about are some pretty simple yet powerful questions. Questions like, what awakens me? What brings me back to myself so I feel the most myself? What helps me feel alive and just in the fullness of my being? And, Esther, she says that erotic intelligence, or the erotic realm, is really the antidote to deadness. And that deadness is what happens when the body shuts down sensation in order to survive. And so I think of erotic intelligence as this kind of ancient instinct. It's the ability to feel at home in your own skin. And you can even test that out by noticing things like warmth, like the texture of something, or the butterfly feeling that you get in your stomach sometimes in anticipation of something that you're really looking forward to. And letting those signals matter to you, not just immediately shutting them down and suppressing them. And they need to matter to you, not just because you're, chasing something that you want, but because you're actually listening. You are receiving messages back. You're having a two-way conversation with yourself.